After 50, the body no longer lies. Every decision weighs more, every habit leaves a mark, and every neglect comes with a cost. Many men feel something dimming with age, but what few know is that the spark can be reignited. Today, you're going to discover truths no one taught you in your youth, but that you need to hear now. Because it's not just about living more years, it's about living with strength, clarity, and purpose. If you're over 50, this message is for you. And if you're not there yet, listen closely. It might be the warning that changes your future. This isn't empty motivation. It's a wake-up call. Get ready, because what's coming could transform you from the inside out. Number 1, the silent enemy blocking your blood flow. Something is stealing your power every day. It's invisible, painless, quiet, hidden in your routine, in your diet, in what you choose to ignore. And if you don't stop it, it will keep draining your inner fire until there's nothing left. I'm talking about refined sugar. That seemingly harmless white substance has infiltrated nearly everything you eat. Bread, sauces, processed meats, sodas, even so-called healthy foods. The problem isn't just sugar itself, but the destructive effect it has on your arteries, your hormones, and especially your ability to have a firm, natural, lasting erection. When you consume too much sugar, your insulin levels spike. This causes chronic inflammation throughout your body, including your blood vessels. It's like the vital channels that carry blood to your genitals start to rust from the inside. They lose elasticity, become rigid, and what was once a vibrant river of life becomes a stagnant trickle, just like that, brutal and real. Men with high sugar diets experience less blood flow to the pelvic area, and guess what? They also struggle with chronic fatigue, loss of desire, and depression. Because everything is connected, your mind, your body, your intimate response, it's all one unit. Damage one part and the rest weakens too. I remember the words of an old Eastern teacher: "The man who doesn't master what enters his mouth is destined to lose what comes from his spirit." And he was right. Self-control begins with what you consume. If you can't say no to something that's destroying you from within, how will you say yes to a stronger, freer, more dignified life? Many men reach their 60s as if there's nothing more to do. They give up, hide behind excuses like "I'm too old" or "that's normal for my age." But what they don't know is that one simple change, removing refined sugar, could be the beginning of their recovery, a real recovery, not magical, not instant, but powerful. The body remembers. If you give it the right tools, it will respond. It doesn't matter if you're 55 or 70. Blood flow can return, firmness can return. But you have to stop sabotaging yourself with that sweet enemy, disguised as pleasure, which charges you with impotence. And if you think that was strong, wait for what's next. Because in the next chapter, I'll talk about an oil that most people have unfairly discarded, but that could be your greatest ally in reclaiming the masculinity you thought was gone. Don't go anywhere, this is just getting started. Number 2, the forgotten oil that could save your virility. For centuries, on the shores of the Mediterranean, strong, sharp men lived long lives full of vitality. They didn't take modern supplements, blue pills, or follow complicated diets. Their secret? A simple ingredient we've now pushed to the back of the pantry: extra virgin olive oil. And I'm not talking about just drizzling it on a tasteless salad. I'm talking about consuming it with reverence, like the Spartan warriors and Cretan sailors did, who saw it as sacred fuel. In ancient Greece, olive oil was seen more as a medicine than a food. Wise men knew virility wasn't just about desire, it was about strong blood and clean arteries. Olive oil, rich in monounsaturated fats, vitamin E and polyphenols, kept arteries flexible, the heart strong and hormones in balance. And modern science confirms it. Making extra virgin olive oil a part of your daily routine can be a powerful step in restoring your vitality and reigniting your inner strength. Stay tuned. This is just the beginning of a journey to reclaim your power and your life. Studies from Harvard University and the Mayo Clinic agree that regular consumption of olive oil improves endothelial function. In simple terms, that means your blood vessels can expand and contract more smoothly. What does that mean for you? that blood flows better, freer, more alive, and without good flow, as you already know, there is no erection. Power doesn't come from desire alone, it comes from how strongly your body can respond to the call. Now imagine an ordinary man. Let's call him Enrique. He's 62 years old. He worked his whole life as an electrician, always strong, always on his feet, until his body began to fail him. He got tired easily. His virility became a distant, uncomfortable memory. And although the desire was still there, he could no longer act. He visited doctors, tried pills, but nothing made him feel alive, until one doctor, with an old-school mindset and deep wisdom, told him about olive oil. He said, "Don't look for miracles, Enrique. Eat like your grandparents did." So Enrique started taking 1 spoonful every morning. He replaced butter and processed oils with this liquid gold, and within weeks he felt a shift. More energy, more firmness, more life. It wasn't magic, it was science and respect for the body, because when you feed your body the right things, it gives back. Stoicism teaches that the body is the temple of the soul, and if you neglect it, your spirit weakens too. The truth is, every bite you take is a choice to move closer to your strength or further from it. Olive oil is one of those forgotten allies that time and industry tried to erase, but it's still here, waiting for you to reclaim what's yours, your power, your clarity, your masculine energy. And if that felt eye-opening, wait until you learn about the ancient drink that, without many knowing it, can unlock your circulation like a dam bursting after years. Sometimes the simplest things are the most transformative, and what's next could be even more powerful. Number 3, the hot drink that awakens your blood flow, like an overflowing river. I want to offer you a simple yet powerful exercise. Tomorrow, when you wake up, before you check your phone, before you even look at the clock, make yourself a cup of ginger and cinnamon tea. That's it. Hot water, a slice of fresh ginger, half a cinnamon stick. If you do it right, you'll feel this drink not only warm your body, but activate it. It's like starting the engine with force. That morning ritual, small as it seems, can be the spark that ignites your circulation first thing in the day. Ginger, called sacred in many cultures, is seen in Ayurvedic medicine as the digestive fire, the vital energy that turns what you consume into strength. And this isn't just ancient belief, science backs it. Ginger stimulates nitric oxide production, dilates blood vessels, and allows blood to flow more freely. Cinnamon, meanwhile, improves insulin sensitivity and reduces chronic inflammation. Together, these two roots create a powerful formula to awaken your circulatory system and activate your virility from the first sip. But this exercise isn't just about what you drink, it's about what you choose. It's about starting your day with an act of intention. Because masculine power doesn't begin in the penis, it begins in the mind, in how you wake up, in how you talk to yourself, and in what you decide to give your body. If you start your day like a zombie, chasing the clock, eating whatever's nearby, your body responds the same way, with weakness, with confusion, with silence. But if you take 5 minutes to prepare this drink and sip it with intention, you send a direct message to your body. I'm here, I'm alive, I matter. That small ritual can become a discipline, and that discipline can become a new version of yourself. Don't underestimate what a single cup can trigger. And if you're feeling that this makes sense, that something you're hearing is reaching you, then this is the moment to act. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Like this video if you found this teaching useful, and tell me in the comments what country you're watching from. I want to know how far this message is going, because I know there are many men like you, awakening, being reborn, believing again in their power. Remember this, sometimes the deepest change begins with a warm cup in your hands and a firm decision in your heart. Because you don't need to be perfect, you just need to start, and that first sip could be the beginning of your new story. Number 4, the food that acts like a natural Viagra with no side effects. In 1999, a group of researchers discovered something few expected: watermelon. That sweet, refreshing fruit of summer contains a substance called L-citrulline, capable of increasing nitric oxide levels in the body, with effects similar to some medications for erectile dysfunction. But this isn't about chemicals, it's about pure nature, a fruit that not only hydrates you, but literally opens your arteries from the inside. Had you ever imagined that a fruit so innocent could be your best ally for strong, lasting erections? Most people don't know. They eat watermelon to cool off, but don't realize its contents could transform their vascular health if consumed regularly. When nitric oxide flows freely, your blood vessels expand like a river after the rain. The flow reaches every corner of the body, especially the one that needs it most. And there lies the difference between a failed attempt and an encounter full of strength and fulfillment. Now I want you to think about this. How many times have you felt weak, low on energy, disconnected from your desire, and blamed it on your age? How many times have you resigned yourself, believing there's no solution? But what if the problem isn't your age? What if it's your circulation? What if the key to regaining that intimate response you thought was lost is sitting in your kitchen, in a red, juicy fruit you ignore every time you walk through the market? I'm offering you something simple, inexpensive. This week, add 2 generous servings of fresh watermelon to your daily routine. Have it in the morning or mid-afternoon, but do it consciously. And when you eat it, don't just chew it mindlessly. Do it knowing that you're feeding your virility, reactivating your energy at its root. Visualize your blood flowing freely, like a torrent released after years of blockage. A man's strength isn't just in his muscles or his words. It's in his ability to reclaim what belongs to him when his body seems to have given up. And sometimes the path to that strength starts with the simplest thing, with what you already have, with what you've ignored, because in this universe there are no coincidences. If watermelon can open your arteries, then you can open your destiny. You're not broken, you're disconnected, but there is a way back, and it begins by trusting yourself again. Number 5, the secret exercise that activates your testosterone in under 5 minutes a day. Imagine a man who wakes up every morning, looks in the mirror and doesn't recognize himself. The reflection he sees isn't sick or frail, but it's dim. There's no strength in his posture, no firmness in his gaze. It's not a disease or an accident, it's a slow, silent loss of his testosterone, that hormone that not only fuels desire, but defines the energy with which a man walks, faces his day, and connects with his masculine core. And the most alarming part, many men don't even know they've lost it. But there's a way to reverse this. It doesn't require gyms, personal trainers, or complicated routines. What it takes is willpower. I'm talking about a simple ancestral exercise often overlooked, the active contraction of the perineum, also known as PC muscle training, pubococcygeus muscle. This muscle is the hidden foundation of your intimate power. It supports your erections, your control, and your inner vitality. And the best part, you can train it any time, without anyone noticing, without even moving from where you are. Start right now if you want, and straighten your back, inhale through your nose, and as you exhale, contract the muscle as if you were trying to stop the flow of urine. Hold the contraction for a few seconds and release. Do it 5 times. That's it. But if you do this every day, your body will start to respond, because this invisible muscle directly activates blood flow to the pelvic area. And consistent training, according to multiple clinical studies, can raise your free testosterone levels, improve the quality of your erections, and boost your endurance. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A man's true strength lies in mastering what cannot be seen." And this exercise is exactly that, a way to take control from within, to reconnect with the core of your masculine energy. It's a subtle gesture, but full of power, because while the world tells you to buy something, consume something, rely on something, this method reminds you the solution is already within you. Masculine psychology has studied how the body responds to intention. Just deciding to work this muscle daily creates a sense of self-validation, of presence and control, which translates into more confidence, better posture, greater clarity. You're not just training a muscle, you're training your will, your presence. You're affirming that you haven't given up, that you can still respond with strength and resolve. Remember, muscles don't age with time, they age with neglect. And the PC muscle is one of the most forgotten ones. But when you activate it, something awakens in you. It's not just physical, it's a flame that reignites, because it doesn't matter how old you are. As long as your mind is willing and your will stays strong, your body can respond again, just like before, or even better. True strength isn't shouted, it's trained in silence. And you have that strength, you just need to remember it. Number 6, the nightly mistake that crushes your power without you even realizing it. There's a trap that many older men fall into every night without knowing it. It doesn't come in the form of poison or pills, it makes no noise, it leaves no mark. But slowly it drains their energy, dulls their mental clarity, and most importantly, crushes their masculine power. That trap is staying up late in front of a screen until falling asleep. You might think that watching TV late at night, spending a little more time on your phone or checking the news before bed is harmless. But what you don't see is that this seemingly innocent habit is sabotaging your hormonal system, driving your testosterone levels into the ground faster than you can imagine. The human body has an internal clock, a precise and ancient system that regulates hormone production based on the light-dark cycle. Melatonin, the key hormone for deep restorative sleep, is only produced in total darkness. But when you're exposed to artificial light, especially the blue light from screens, your body thinks it's still daytime, blocks melatonin, and interferes directly with nighttime testosterone production. Because yes, the highest peak of testosterone occurs while you sleep, but not just any sleep. It happens during deep sleep, the kind you only reach when your rest is real, uninterrupted, and free from light distortion. And this isn't a minor detail. Various studies from the US National Institutes of Health have shown that men who sleep less than 6 hours a night for several days reduce their testosterone production by more than 15%. That means less desire, less firmness, more fatigue, more apathy, all due to a habit that's become normal in the modern world but is profoundly unnatural. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes wake up without energy, even though you think you slept enough? Or why your mind feels foggy, your body sluggish, your desire dimmed? Check your nighttime routine, because sleeping 8 hours isn't enough if those hours are fragmented, if your body never enters that deep cycle of restoration. And the main enemy of that cycle is blue light, the one that steals your attention right before bed. I invite you to try something tonight. 1 hour before going to bed, turn off the TV, put away your phone, and dim the lights. Turn on a soft lamp, read something light, or simply sit in silence. Feel the difference. Notice how your body starts to relax on its own, as if it remembers what it means to truly rest. The next morning you'll realize that not only did you sleep better, but you'll also feel stronger, clearer, more yourself, disiacato. Nothing is lost more easily than time, and nothing is more regretted in the end. Every night you give to distraction is a night stolen from your inner strength. Every nighttime habit that doesn't nourish you weakens you, and you deserve to wake up each day with the certainty that your body still can, still responds, still lives. Rest isn't a luxury, it's the field where the man you'll become is forged. Give it the respect it deserves, and you'll see how your body, like a good soldier, returns the strength. Number 7, the red fruit that cleans your arteries like a high-pressure hose. There's an image few men dare to visualize, their arteries over the years, sluggish, coated with invisible plaques that have built up every time they gave in to fast food, unmanaged stress, or a sedentary lifestyle. That image isn't a threat. It's a silent reality that eventually collects its price. Because when the blood doesn't flow, it doesn't matter how much you desire, how much you love, or how much you dream. If the path is blocked, the destination is never reached. And without flow, there's no erection, no clarity, no life. But nature, in its endless wisdom, left hidden answers in what the modern world tends to dismiss as too simple. The pomegranate, that ancestral fruit full of myths and symbolism, is one of the most powerful foods that exist to clean your arteries and restore the body's ability to flow, to respond, to reclaim its essence. Rich in punicolargens, antioxidants that act like cellular shields, this fruit protects and repairs the inner walls of your blood vessels, reduces blood pressure, and increases the production of nitric oxide, the silent engine behind every firm, lasting erection. In Persian tradition, the pomegranate symbolized eternal strength. In Greek Orphism, it represented the regeneration of the soul, and it's no coincidence because what this fruit does to the body is just that, regeneration. It clears what's blocked, revives what was fading, reminds the body of how it felt before being corrupted by excess and neglect. It's a deep cleanse that doesn't feel like punishment. It feels like redemption. Stoicism teaches that virtue lies in acting in accordance with nature, and there's nothing more natural than restoring your health with what springs from the earth. But it's also worth looking to the East, where Taoism says that health isn't a goal but a flow, that the wise man does not fight his body but learns to move with it. That's the key. It's not about domination. It's about letting energy, blood, life flow once again. Today I want to speak to you as someone who believes in you, as a voice that knows that behind the routine, the fatigue, and the years lived, there is still a force waiting to be released. And that force is not in miracle supplements or expensive treatments. It's in your decision, in what you choose to put on your plate, in what you allow to enter your body. The pomegranate is not just a fruit, it's a symbol, a reminder that you can still clean yourself from within, that you're still in time, and that your body, though weathered by time, can still respond with the power of youth and the wisdom of age. You don't need more years to be more of a man. You just need to reconnect with what matters, because sometimes to live with strength, all it takes is to return to simplicity and let the blood flow again. Number 8, the morning routine that reprograms your body to respond like it did at 20. I want to propose a challenge. It's not extreme or complicated, but it might change the way you wake up. Tomorrow morning, before touching your phone, before thinking about your day, step outside, even if just for 5 minutes. If you have a yard, a balcony, or even an open window, that's enough. Look at the sky, breathe deeply, and move your body. You don't need to do complex exercises. Just activate your breath, roll your neck, shake your arms, stretch like a lion coming out of its den. This act, so simple, so immediate, wakes up your nervous system and resets your biological clock. It's like telling your body, I'm here. Today I choose to live with strength. This habit is directly connected to the production of healthy cortisol, that hormone that not only gives you energy, but also regulates your metabolism, blood pressure, and your body's hormonal response. Getting natural light in the first minutes of the day also improves your circadian rhythm, making it easier to rest well at night and maintain balanced testosterone levels. According to research from Stanford University, this type of morning activation can improve alertness and the quality of sleep later on by up to 20%, which, as you already know, directly affects your physical and intimate power. But beyond the science, this ritual holds a spiritual depth you shouldn't ignore. In Stoic philosophy, each sunrise was seen as an opportunity for rebirth. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you that destroys you, but how you respond, and that response begins with the first act of your day. If you open your eyes and let fear, laziness, or apathy take over, you've already started the day losing. But if you choose to move your body, to breathe, and to look at the sky with determination, then you're already winning. Because no matter how difficult the circumstances may be, your posture, your energy, and your focus can always be yours." Taoism understands this from another angle. It teaches that the body is a channel of energy, and if it's not activated when the sun rises, that energy becomes stagnant. It's like water. If it doesn't flow, it rots. If you don't wake your body up with intention, if you don't greet it like an old ally, that energy goes dormant, and when you need it, it no longer responds. That's why this morning challenge isn't trivial. It's an act of reconnection with your inner power, with that fire still alive beneath the ashes of routine. Try it tomorrow, just 5 minutes. Breathe, stretch, move, and do it every day for a week. You'll see that it not only changes your body, but also your mood, your presence, your willingness to act. The man who begins his day like a warrior rarely ends it in defeat, because every morning is a doorway, and you choose whether to step through it as a slave to exhaustion or as the master of your destiny. If you've made it this far, it means something inside you is still alive. While others click away the moment truth makes them uncomfortable, you stayed, not for entertainment, but because you're ready to face what most ignore. After 50, time stops waiting, and every choice you make or avoid shapes the line between decline and renewal, between a body that fades and one that reignites with purpose. This video wasn't made to comfort you, it was made to challenge you, to remind you that the power is still within you, but it won't come on its own. If you want to feel alive again with strength, clarity, and conviction, you must act. Because life doesn't reward the complainers, it rewards the ones who rise. And if you're still here, it's because somewhere deep in your story, you're still willing to rise. Comment below with the phrase, "The strength is in me," and tell me where you're watching from. I want to know who the men are, like you, who chose not to close their eyes, who aren't waiting for someone else to save them, but who've decided to look in the mirror and reclaim their power from within. My name is Thea, and this channel was created for exactly that. Not to tell you everything's going to be fine while you keep repeating the same mistakes. No. This is for men who dare to face their story, question what weakened them, and build a new path. Stronger, freer, more authentic. Because you still can. You're not finished. You just need to wake up. And we're here to help you do exactly that. Subscribe now and join this community. And don't keep this to yourself. Share it with a friend, a brother, a man who needs to hear this, but doesn't know where to look. Because sometimes one video isn't just content, it's the beginning of transformation. And don't stop here. Watch one of the 2 videos on your screen now. If this message moved you, the next ones will open your eyes even more. The conversation has only just begun. And what comes next might be exactly what you've needed to hear for years.